The following fight is set for one fall with no time limit. And it is for the 2024 Opera Cup Championship.
You see that prestigious Opera Cup, 140 years of history. What man will leave with that priceless prize tonight at Fightland?
Introducing first, from Saitama, Japan, weighing in at 187 pounds, Kenta!
Kenta victorious earlier tonight against TJP, and I think the method and means that Kenta utilized, Christian, shocked a lot of folks, but bottom line is it worked.
That's exactly right, Joe. 3 fights, 1 night. We saw 2 semifinal contests earlier in the evening. Kenta coming out top razor thin in an absolute war earlier tonight. Now, Kenta looks to become Opera Cup winner. And that rich history under his belt. With Kenta being a legend in our sport, Joe, you gotta wonder, adding that Opera Cup on his already impressive resume, so clearly important to Kenta.
And his opponent, from Mexico City, Mexico, weighing in at 187 pounds, he is the MLW World Middleweight Champion, Mystico!
The enigmatic, the legendary, the revered, worshipped, and honored throughout the world, Mystico went way out of his weight class to best bad dude Tito Escondido earlier on tonight. And the MLW World Middleweight Champion comes in with a Major League Wrestling unbeaten streak, certainly the pride of Mexico to a lot of Lucha Libre fans across this world. No one from the country of Mexico has ever had the privilege of hoisting that Opera Cup high above in victory. Mystico has that opportunity, but what a roadblock in the way of both these men.
I spoke to Mystico earlier tonight. I asked him about his gear that he has, that tribute to his homeland, his home country of Mexico. He said, if I'm gonna win this Opera Cup tonight, I'm fighting for my country, I'm fighting for Mexico. I will hold up the Opera Cup and represent my country. But a huge test for Mystico with Kenta on the other side of the ring. I'm so excited for this match, Joe.
Yeah.
Even if the Opera Cup wasn't on the line, Joe, this is a dream match. With the Opera Cup being there, the history of it and all.
I think so many fans never even thought a match like this would be possible. These men have been in completely different circles, different styles, different countries,
Great point.
different resumes. But in MLW, styles make fights, and anything is possible, especially when something as prestigious as the Opera Cup is at stake. Kenta, in his history, has won 13 different tournaments, including the 2020 New Japan USA Cup, the Global Tag League in 2012 and 2013. He won the Noah Junior Heavyweight Tag League 3 times in a span of 4 years. Mystico has won 20 tournaments, including Reyes del Aire 2024, the Kings of the Air, including Leyenda de Plata, 3 years straight, 06, 07, and 08. He's a 5-time CMLL Tag Team Champion, IWGP Junior Heavyweight Champion, CMLL Welterweight Champion. In his history, these men are so decorated, they are so cherished in the pro wrestling world, and for good reason. Only one can be victorious.
Both men collar and elbow tie up now. Gonna get tied up in the ropes. Referee Derek Martha with close eyes on the action. Gonna separate these men. Try and get a fair contest in the center of the ring. I mean, hell, the Opera Cup is on the line.
If I'm Kenta, I want this to be a striking match. I want to use my kicks. I want to keep Mystico at bay. I want to chop down those legs. If I'm Mystico, I want a wide open matchup in the air. I want to be abusive yet elusive. Take flight and do not be within the striking clutches of Kenta more than a split second. Who will win out? Who gets their way? Or is somebody planning something out of left field?
Something else to consider here is we see some gamesmanship between the two fighters to start this match. Of course, Kenta, a prominent middleweight, and Mystico, the middleweight champion. If Kenta walks out with the Opera Cup, certainly a middleweight championship shot potentially would be in line for Kenta.
By the way, I understand, Christian, that from what I've been told, league physician Dr. Swegler, he is with Satoshi Kojima right now. They are en route to Grady Memorial Hospital Center to be treated, to treat Kojima for burns to his face, and we hope to have more information on that on MLW social media in the days ahead. Our thoughts are with Satoshi Kojima after the recipient of that big fireball that hopefully has not done serious damage to Kojima's vision or even more broadly his entire career.
Yeah, Kojima, of course, an honorable champion in this company, has held up the highest esteem with his championship time, and I don't know. Thoughts and prayers with Kojima.
How about that Mystico was the first one to snap off a kick on Kenta. That was not expected.
Well, yeah, it's brilliant by Mystico. He's going to try and beat Kenta at his own game, go strike for strike with one of the best strikers on the planet.
We talk about honorable competitors and champions. Kenta not honorable the way he defeated TJP earlier tonight. We'll see how he approaches this matchup. Handspring counter into the back elbow. Seamless motion by LA Di Plata y Oro.
Many of the fans in Atlanta on their feet as Mystico showing his quickness, his speed, his unpredictability, dumping Kenta to the outside. And now Mystico looks to dig deep into his playbook. Mystico, plancha suicida.
Mystico drives forward all of that body weight down on top of Kenta. But what did Mystico take out of himself?
Yeah, you could see Mystico feeling the effects. When you are flying through the ropes at that type of speed, connecting craniums with your opponent, it's not the easiest thing to go through, but he may have taken Kenta out.
We've seen Mystico overcome luchadors of all shapes and sizes in the major league. He has sold out Arena Mexico more than possibly anybody in history in 91 years. That is not a typo. That is not a misspeak. 91 years. CMLL lineage goes back, and Mystico may be the most revered in all that history. Crowd certainly on the side of Mystico as he catches Kenta, trying to cut him off at the pass, but distance creates opportunity when you're Mystico. And Kenta just pushed Mystico off that apron, off that rope, and that hard spill to the outside. Mystico's not moving.
Yeah, actually from our broadcast position about 25 feet away from where that crash landing just happened, you could feel the floor vibrating from Mystico smashing onto the outside of the ring and trying to get some feeling now back in that right arm.
Yeah, Mystico, you got to wonder, is he the worse for wear? We got to point out, this is the 5th fall Mystico has been in just over a 24-hour span. The full 2 out of 3 falls, all 3 falls with Chris Jericho, 22 minutes. Plus, a full-length matchup with Bad Dude Tito Escondido, and nobody leaves a match with Bad Dude Tito Escondido feeling fine.
Yeah, but conversely, of course, Kenta fighting earlier against TJP. So both men have been through wars tonight.
Well, bottom line, though, Mystico, you have to think at some point he's going to run out of gas. Now, that could be a minute from now, it could be a half hour from now, I have no idea. But Kenta comes in the fresher of the two. Kenta did not compete last night, to my knowledge. Kenta took a shortcut to beat TJP. Mystico beat someone twice his size on the up and up.
Yeah, with Mystico beating Chris Jericho last night, I mean,
yeah,
Mexico City.
Why, I mean, it's not just that, but he had to take the last flight out of Mexico City, red eye, no sleep, get in the morning, probably go right to the gym, and then come right here to prepare for this fight tonight. Mystico has not stopped moving in, 36 hours longer? And that's with fighting one of the greatest athletes to ever do it, Chris Jericho. with fighting one of the greatest openweight champions we've ever had, Bad Dude Tito, and with fighting one of the greatest middleweights, junior heavyweights in the history of the sport, Kenta. Oh, Mystico almost scolding Kenta. This is how you do it. Not listening. Kenta tried to counter, but Mystico took his time, made Kenta wait, and threw him off his defensive game.
Thunderous chop right to the sternum from Mystico onto Kenta. Oh, look at that.
Oh, no.
I believe a thumb to the eye through the mask.
Christian, I'm looking around. I see fans standing, yelling, jumping up and down for Mystico. The relationship Mystico has with them. Oh, I mean, you can feel it. It's palpable.
Yeah,
there's a kinship, a connection there. It's like Mystico's part of their family, even if they've never met.
And it's not just the Latino and Hispanic fans here in Atlanta. It's literally everyone in the room.
Yeah, there's so many people that love Mystico. And Mystico now to the outside after the aggression of Kenta. And Mystico, I think, complaining, or at least protesting, that Kenta's been raking up and down the anatomy of Mystico, and that Mystico favoring the back of that neck. This is certainly, it is a measured, purposeful, offensive attack by Kenta. It's not pretty, it's not gonna get style points, but it's meant to inflict pain first and foremost.
I actually enjoy the methodical pace that Kenta is currently controlling the action. For months and months, we've seen fight after fight in this tournament. Many men have advanced, many have been knocked out. Cover here by Kenta.
And 2-0. And Kenta has to. And again, Kenta knows the schedule of Mystico. Kenta is a student of the sport and trying to keep the shoulder down on Mystico. The more times Mystico kicks out, the more whatever reserves are left in Mystico's body become depleted.
Yeah, we saw the same strategy from Kenta earlier tonight, using multiple lateral presses on TJP. In this case, the pinning combination involved a hooking of the leg, a ton of leverage, and a ton of weight for Mystico to have to kick out multiple times.
Kenta continues that measured approach. The slower this pace is for Kenta, the less odds of Mystico catching him off guard. And to the eyes. Christian, are you surprised we've seen so many Kenta shortcuts tonight?
I'm actually not. There seems to be a mean streak in Kenta here in Major League Wrestling. And oh my goodness, beautiful by Mystico!
Tiger fade kick connects. And now Mystico has the distance, and he's got the weaponry off the ropes. Missile drop kick.
Mystico with that springboard missile drop kick.
That shows you how quickly the direction changes, the pendulum swings when Mystico can open up with offense.
Mystico again. Mystico pumps his brakes. And now up over the top. Corkscrew plancha from Mystico.
Those extra revolutions only increase the impact, and these people are standing.
Atlanta is sold out and fired up for Fightland. MLW knocking it out of the park yet again.
Official Derek Martha being very lenient and liberal with the 20 count on the outside because we need to have a definitive victor. The Opera Cup, no one wants to see it end in a draw. Notice how Mystico sacked the arms, did not leave any appendage exposed, made sure Kenta worked for that kick out.
Yeah, a lot of guys can use their elbows when they're down to try to push off and kick out, get the shoulder up. Mystico really smart to pin both arms underneath the press.
See some of the markings on the body of Kenta from the offensive Mystico, or probably some of that from TJP earlier tonight, but Mystico, I think, just kicked Kenta right in the eye. And Mystico signaling that maybe time to take another chance. Two men that have defined their genre for many, many years, one-on-one for the first time I know of. Could be moments away.
This is high risk, Joe.
But Mystico becoming a hero all over again, but Kenta able to sidestep. Takes out the knee, does Mystico. La Maestra cradle, stacks him up. Mystico has it tight. Oh, man.
That was as close as it gets. I thought it was 3 from my position. The referee assuring us only 2.
I can't tell you a more perfectly executed cradle like that. Cinched in tight, the arm trapped. Kenta found a way, though. That's been a mark of so much of Kenta's career. He finds a way.
Think about everything we've been through with this awesome tournament. Tonight, we crown an Opera Cup winner.
Wow, so much we've seen here tonight. We've seen Kojima unfortunately injured. We've seen these wild brawls throughout. The Rogue Horseman apparently officially christened. John Layfield was here, oh my God! And Kenta, the low drop kick to Mystico. What a newsworthy night here at Fightland, and we still don't have our headline to top it all. We don't know whose name is enshrined in wrestling history with George Hackenschmidt, with Stu Hart, with Tom Lawler, with Davey Boy Smith Jr., and all the greats dating back to the 1880s. Oh my Lord. You can feel that no matter who you are in this building. And Kenta the elevated DDT.
Perfectly executed DDT by Kenta. Mystico a little too close to the ropes for Kenta to attempt a pinfall.
Both these men are showing the wear and tear of the night, or Mystico's case, the past 24 plus hours. Kenta to his feet first. Mystico maybe beginning to fade. Hesitation drop kick. What hang time. What impact by Kenta.
Kenta just floating in the air, and then the gravity pulled out with that basement drop kick. But now Kenta climbs to the top turnbuckle, going high risk for the Opera Cup. Double stomp by Kenta. It lands, and now he's in for the cover. Opera Cup winner, no!
And Kenta is indignant, is incredulous that Mystico found a way out. And that signal can only mean one thing. The move Kenta invented, originated, and perfected. Mystico maybe moments away from going to sleep.
Kenta trying to pick up the carcass of Mystico. Mystico out on his feet now, but Kenta has him up in that fireman's carry. Oh no, Mystico fighting out. Oh, he's up there again. Kenta potentially to drop to go to sleep.
The frantic urgency of Mystico shaking his whole body to get out of the clutches, and went for the poison Rana. Dropped down, caught him, 2 count only. Kenta was able to drop down an electric chair style drop on Mystico to counter that poison Rana, but Mystico was still able to cradle the legs on the way down to get a cover attempt. Incredible counter wrestling as both men feel the effects.
Yeah, Mystico lucky that his head and neck narrowly missing that bottom rope. I think he caught it a little bit, but back on his feet now is Mystico looking to close this thing out.
Mystico to his feet first, but how much can he take? May have been looking for Mystico.
Oh no!
Oh my God! Kenta sent Mystico into the official. Was it intentional or not? And Kenta gets the upper hand. Kenta, a DDT, and you gotta wonder, as Mystico attempted La Mystico, could that have been all he had left? Could that have been the last-ditch effort for Mystico to win this thing? Because now, Mystico is motionless, the referee is down, and Kenta, circumstances may have just cost him a chance to live in immortality.
We got some insane developments here, folks, as the referee is currently incapacitated in this Opera Cup final. We were just moments away from crowning a new Opera Cup winner. But now Kenta, what is this, Joe? Why does he have a steel chair?
Yeah, we know what it is, but is this what the resolve, the resiliency, the staying power of Mystico has driven Kenta to do?
And after this amazing tournament has unfolded, what a shame it would be. No, he misses.
Mystico kicks the chair into the face of Kenta, and both men are down. Oh, how bad does the Opera Cup mean to you? These men are putting everything mind, body, and soul on the line and leaving into this ring. But will Mystico dip into the Kenta playbook?
Mystico ditching the steel chair, electing to try to wake up the referee, get him back into the action, make this thing official.
Oh no! It was something very similar that sealed TJP's fate. And the Busaku knee from a lower position than we're used to.
And the referee's coming too, that this has got to do it.
Oh yeah, and Kenta's gonna get the uppercut.
Whoa!
No! How in the hell did Mystico do that?
Mystico somehow kicks out and keeps his dream in the tournament alive.
The Busaku knee, another move that Kenta has popularized, innovated, perfected, and some of the best wrestlers on this planet have emulated. But it was not enough to keep Mystico on his back for the toll of 3.
Kenta now, perhaps looking for another go to sleep, and oh, big kick from Mystico. You gotta love the counter. Oh, Mystico sunset flip, pinning combination. Oh!
No! Oh my God, Kenta was stacked up perfectly. Mystico another cover and another narrow kick out.
Fans all over the world, specifically in Mexico, on the edge of their seats.
Oh, but Mystico has a worldwide love affair with so many of these fans who adore him. La Mystico!
Oh, he's got La Mystica! It's in!
Breaking.
It's in!
He's twisted!
He tapped! He tapped!
Kenta tap!
Mystico's the Opera Cup winner!
Ladies and gentlemen, here is your winner of the 2024 Opera Cup Championship, your MLW World Middleweight Champion, Mystico!
It took 5 falls, 26 hours, no sleep, and the heart of a damn lion. But Mystico fought through everything to be the last man standing in the field of 16 Opera Cup.
What an incredible tournament. What an incredible night of 3 fights. Kudos to all the warriors who put it down in the semifinals for the Opera Cup. But there is only one man standing tonight, Opera Cup champion, Mystico, the pride of Mexico, has won the Opera Cup.
You see the wide eyes of Mystico, almost in disbelief that he earned something so priceless, so historic, so valuable. In 140 years, no luchador, no one but Mexico ever had the privilege of holding that cup. But now, thanks to Mystico, the Opera Cup is part of Lucha Libre lore forever.